Hello, welcome to Kind of Good Movies. Wednesday reviews. We're up on Wednesdays from 4 to 6 because I am watching enough to, instead of having where I used to do 4 on Wednesday and 4 on Friday, and that was 8. Now I'm up again to 6 on one day instead of just 4. So, um, to get more followers, if you do want to know when I upload or know news or anything like that, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Kinda Good Movies on both. Links are always in the description. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. First movie we're talking about today is Moonfall. It's a good movie. I mean, that's about all I can say about it, really. I can't say that it is a must-watch. It came out in just last year in 22, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's not bad. It has one of the actors from Game of Thrones. Sorry, I just blanked out right there. John Bradley, and it's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I would say watch it, but it's not gonna take your breath away. And if you're not a big fan of like space stuff or just I don't know, just really just space stuff, it's not gonna interest you. That's all I can say really. So if you don't like space stuff, then I would stay away from the movie. It was too long for what it was. It was a 2 hour movie, and I think it would have been fine at like an hour and 30, hour and 40. I feel like there was some scenes that could have been deleted and made just fine, but it's not bad. It's just too long, and that's what makes it kind of takes it. What kind of gives it its unenjoyable watching. Is it some movies are too short and wish they were longer. Some movies are too long that I wish they were a little bit shorter. And this is just one of those it's too long, and I think it would have benefited being maybe an extra 20 minutes shorter. So that's all I'm going to say about that one. So yeah. Our next one is Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro. I know this movie has 8.2 on IMDb, and it came out in 1976, but I don't know, just good movie. Just I don't know, it wasn't interesting. It wasn't like it was like all over the place, and it didn't feel like it had like a storyline. Maybe I missed the whole part, but it's just not my it wasn't not my favorite kind of movie. I didn't enjoy it, and yeah. I didn't show y'all what the inside and the back looks. Sorry with that. But yeah, it's to me it just alright movie, but I think it's overrated in my opinion. But if you like Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese, this is a recommend for me. That's about all I can say. It's not a. I gave it a 6 out of 10 on IMDb, but it didn't grasp my interest. But it's all right. I think it's not bad. It's not unwatchable. So, and there are some movies that I can't watch because they're so difficult to get through. So, yeah. Moving on to our next movie, which also came out last year. It is The Bad Guys. Came out last year. It has a 6.8 IMDb rating. I got this one at Walmart, and I do think for what I paid for it, if I recall, I think I paid $10 for it. I don't remember, but overall, good movie, good kids movie. If you have kids and you're wondering, should you let them watch this or is this one I should show them? Definitely. I love the people in it. It's funny. It's not too. So if you have a little older kid, like let's say 8, 9, 10, and you want kind of a not too adult movie, but one that you and the kids family movie y'all can enjoy, Bad Guys. It's a very good kids movie, I give it a 7 out of 10. And I really think if I watched this when I was a kid, it would have been higher rating for me. But since it didn't, I watched it when I was 22. It didn't it didn't become an instant classic. But don't get me wrong, I recommend it if you have kids, and I recommend it if you just want a good family movie night. This is one I recommend for you to put on your to watch list. I think I don't remember if I showed you all the back. I think I did. I'll show it one more time just in case I didn't. But yeah, I've got to tell you, spoiler warnings in case I spoil anything. I didn't say anything about what they're about. I apologize. I've been doing the movie reviews, and I was doing my top 100, and I completely skipped it. So I'll go back to the other two after. Let me talk about this one. I'll go back. Basically, or I'll say spoiler warning again one more time. If you haven't seen the movies, go watch them, then come back to this video. So Bad Guys is basically about this war. They're a group of bad guys, and they rob stuff, and then in the end they become good. And that's kind of the whole thing is they go bad for good, and yeah. That's about it. That's just kind of a brief summary. Let's go back to Moonfall. I apologize again for me just completely skipping over. It's basically about the moon falling because of aliens are living inside of the planet. And yeah, and these astronauts, well, 2 astronauts and this scientist guy, or not really a scientist guy, but a conspiracy theorist or whatever you want to call him, went up there and fixed it. And that's kind of the movie. And then Taxi Driver is about Robert De Niro as a taxi driver, and you just go through his life where then eventually he goes insane, and yeah, so kind of it. That's about it. You just follow Robert De Niro. I don't remember his name in the movie. It's been a minute since I've seen it. The next one we're going to talk about is, let me skip to it on my computer, is Hugo. Great movie in my opinion. It came out in 2011. I give it a 8 out of 10. It has the actor from Sex Education and End of the World. I'm sure from other things. There's 2 things I've seen him in. Another Martin Scorsese. I love Martin Scorsese. Favorite director. Good movie. Really good movie. If you haven't seen it, if you want another good family movie to watch at night, Hugo's it. It's really good. And it's not boring. I think it's 2 hours, 6 minutes, and it doesn't feel like it's 2 hours, 6 minutes. It doesn't drag. It's a good movie. I recommend it to anybody that hasn't seen it. So if you haven't seen Hugo and you're wondering if you should watch Hugo, yes. Basically, the movie is about the kid named Hugo, and he turns the clocks, and eventually they find this guy, and he was a filmmaker, and he has this Domatron that the filmmaker used to use, and they show him it, and it's kind of the movie. It's a good, cute little movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. Good family movie. Put this on your to watch with the kids movie. It came out 2011. I don't know if I said that. Our next movie is another 2011 movie. I kind of went all kind of the same years except for 2 of them. Is Ironclad. Now this movie, in my opinion, wasn't bad, but the problem line where it felt like it was trying to be a ripoff of Game of Thrones, or a ripoff of just trying to think of what you would call it, medieval times movies. I don't think it's bad. I just think it was not bad but not good. I gave it a 6 out of 10, and I feel like the 2 hour kind of made it slow. Like, I feel like it's one of the other ones maybe that could have helped with 20 minutes less. But other than that, I do recommend, if you haven't seen this, well, I don't recommend it. I recommend staying away from it. Nothing's gonna just be, wow, this was so good. I don't recommend to watch this. Not that it's bad, just it's not catching to me. It doesn't catch my attention and make me enjoy it. It just feels like a rip off of Game of Thrones, really. Like you could put Game of Thrones on either side of this and call this a middle part to an episode of Game of Thrones, and there you go, Ironclad. Just basically is, I don't know, it's so boring. I don't even remember what it's, I know it's about the people that defend this castle from this king, and that's kind of it. That's kind of the whole movie. It's not that interesting of a movie. I don't really recommend watching this. It's just, you could watch paint dry and enjoy it more. Our next movie is House of Gucci. Sorry, I said that. Now, this movie, I feel like, was very overhyped and everything. I did not enjoy this. I think it was a very stacked acting. Trying to think what you'd call it. A bunch of good actors in it. Adam Driver, Al Pacino. I wouldn't call Jared Leto a great actor, but I like him in this. You can't even tell it's Jared Leto. But Lady Gaga was the best one in this, in my opinion. Best actor or actress in this. But very boring movie. It was 2.5 hours. That felt like an eternity. I gave it a 4 out of 10. I don't recommend this movie. If you like Gucci, you may love it and say it's 10 out of 10. But for me, I'm not a big fashion fan, and it just didn't correlate to me to being a interesting movie. So it just basically follows the family of Gucci, and that's kind of the movie. And yeah, so that's all I can say. So let me get these set up, and then I'll kind of finish my finishing. Well, I couldn't get them all set up, so we'll just kind of go through it. If I had to rank these all through 1 through 6 of how I would recommend to watch them, I would probably have to put Hugo at 1, Bad Guys at 2, Moonfall at 3, then Taxi Driver at 4, Ironclad at 5, and then House of Gucci at 6. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. They're all good movies. If you haven't seen them or watch them, they're not bad watches, just view them more slow. And if you're a person that can easily fall asleep during a movie, I would stay away from House of Gucci, Ironclad, and Moonfall. But yeah, good movies overall. Not good, but most of them are good, and then a few of them are just mid movies. But other than that, recommend watching most of them that I said to recommend. Yeah, let me know what y'all's favorite out of these, and if y'all have seen these, let me know what y'all think about them. Let me know if there's anything y'all ever do want me to review. I always read comments, always appreciate them, and I will watch what y'all want me to watch, and I will review it the next Wednesday. So, tomorrow is Friday, so no video tomorrow. Then Saturday will be, I don't know what it'll be yet. I'm waiting on, I need one more. Still need the 2 other Texas Chainsaws to do a big Texas Chainsaw review. So if I get them by next Wednesday, expect that on Wednesday. If I don't, y'all won't know, of course. But if I do, I will. I may on Saturday do a Star Wars review of all the Star Wars. Not review them, but just rank them and what I think about them. And, yeah. If y'all enjoy, leave a like and sub. It's always appreciated. We're almost at 150. Last time I looked, we were at 141. I appreciate all the subscribers. I'm way farther than I thought I would be at this point. I thought I'd still be getting 20 views, and right now I have almost 20,000 views on one video. So I'm very grateful for that. And I hope y'all continue to enjoy. If there's anything y'all want to see me do, please let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I'm really just out here rolling the dice, trying to figure out what to do. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. I can't think of anything else I wanted to say. Yeah, so I think I might do something for 150. Talk about, like, I don't know. I've seen this one YouTuber do a favorite movie from every year they've been alive. And I might do that for 150. But I have to figure out what YouTuber it is so I can give them credit. I don't want to take their YouTube video idea. Because all these ones I've thought of myself. So if I copied anybody's video, this wasn't intentional. So, anyways, thank y'all. And I will see y'all Saturday.